Hi, all my friends. So it's kind of fun to do different type of videos that I haven't done for a while, and um, so this has to do with still with love and friendships and insight, uh, to finding out what your needs are, what their needs are. Straight Christians, gay Christians, LGBT Christians. Um, and so again, I got a few things from TED Talks, and um, I think TED Talks is great channel. You can find all kinds of subjects on TED Talks. I discovered that when I would interpret at the University of um, uh, university level, courses would have TED Talks, and so that's how I discovered them. And on YouTube, they've got TED Talks, and this is, I often like to listen to it if I have to do a long, maybe a flight or just, kill some time and learn something. Anyway, so my last video was more like on flirting, how to know what's flirting, and what's friendships. And again, you could go, look on YouTube to get more in depth in that, and why I thought it was important that we learn about it. So, flirting and friendships, hugging, kissing, as opposed to having sex. Okay, so you can be you can be satisfied in relationship. You can be adaptive in your relationship. To have a healthy relationship, you need to be adaptive. You need to know what you want. You need to head your relationship in the right direction. To do that, you need skills to do that. You need insight. You need a mutual understanding of each other. You need to have emotion, intimacy. You need to have time with each other. Security. You need to have a sense of being valued in your relationship. And life's about love. Okay, I'm telling you, the earth is a classroom, and love's the subject. That I got from Howard Storm. I love that saying. Unconditional love and unconditional trust are two different things. So love is life, and God is the source of love, and He gives that to us. That's how we know how to love others, okay, and to cherish them and to value them. So you have to know yourself. You have to know your needs. You have to understand your behaviors, why you're this way or that way, why you want to have a partner, or why you want to have a friend. It's skills for a healthy romantic relationship. You can look at Joanne. What did I write here? I can't even read my own writing. Joanne Davis? TED Talks, okay? And she goes all into insight, mutuality, and emotional regulation. And I learned a lot. Mutual needs, for example, what needs, say you're at a family function and your husband or wife is normally busy, but you say, this is really important to me. I need you to be there as my buffer, my go-to person, my wingman, a wingwoman. And could you please make time for this? And could we schedule this in? So that you have to have mutual understanding and make time for the other person, especially if you love them. And, so doing that for each other and giving each other quality time is really important. Emotional regulation, keep emotion calm in perspective. You can handle it with God's help, okay? The other day, I was really upset, and So I turn on the radio. I listen to the message. Okay, it's a radio station. And I'm telling you, every single song kept me from wanting to just take my car and just drive off a cliff. I kid you not. I was so upset about how I had, I just was upset. I just was upset. And, but every song, okay, and then on the way, that was on the way home. The next day I had to go to work, and I dreaded going to work because I didn't know what was going to happen. And every song that came on, God was giving me a message. I kid you not. I mean, it was like I kept listening, going, nah, it's not about me. Nah, it's not about me. Nah, it's not about. Yes, it is. You know. And I'm like, holy cow! Oh my gosh! So that when I got to work, I said, you know what? I'm going to be love. I'm going to be light. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to stick to the rules. I'm gonna, I'm just not going to do what I would normally do. I'm just gonna, stick to it. And I did, and it worked out just well. And when the person left, I'm on the phone, and there's another song, and it is The Message, okay? And it's a song from The Message channel, another song. And I'm like, oh my goodness gracious me. God is talking to me again. And I was like, I couldn't believe it, that God cares, that he will find you where you're at and be there for you. And I kid you not, God is there, okay, with you. And if you are, you have God in your life, expect that he will show up when you really need him. He does. So emotional regulation, B, it's painful, to get rejected. But it's an opportunity for growth. When God closes the door, he opens the window. You've heard this saying before, right? When he takes something away, it's because he wants you to be emptied so that he can birth something into you anew. And that he wants you readied for something better in your life, perhaps, okay? Or he wants you to grow, or he wants you to learn something, because he's making you into a diamond, okay? And don't give up. Do not give up. I tend to do that myself, okay? That's my nature. I want to go be the hermit and just go, poor me, rather than being a giraffe, and I can see everything and go, okay, it's going to be all right. It's going to work out. This is for my betterment. I tend to beat myself up a lot in the beginning, and then I kind of go through my stages, if you will. Not all the time. Sometimes I can rise above. So flirting in friendships, knowing about hugging and kissing opposed to having sex. Okay, so now there was another guy that was on. His name is Billie Ward, and he gave a great speech, TED Talk speech, and I would check that out. And the three things that he had the people do in the audience was, first of all, he told them to relax their shoulder, close their eyes, and all this good stuff, and then told them to imagine the sun, okay? And the sun is unconditional, right? It always shows up, gives you warmth. If you could feel that sun, it's always there, constant, okay? So who is that constant in your life? Well, for me, it's Juliana. She's my constant, okay? And I'm that for her. And then he also said, okay, so also, now think about the lighthouse. Who in your life is a lighthouse? When you're in storms and you're not doing well, but there's always this lighthouse. There's always this person that's your lighthouse that is there for you, that shows you the way home, that keeps you safe, that grounds you, that brings you into shore unharmed. Who is that person for you in your life? And then there's also another analogy that he uses, the disco ball, okay? So who's that person that comes into your life that is always light, that light bounces off of them and into you, and they cheer you up, and they make you feel good, and they make you think of a song, or, they are the epitome of what love is, who is that person in your life? And they make you feel free to be yourself, and they just bring you sunshine and love and encouragement. Who is that person in your life? Well, a lot of you, us Christians, would say, well, that's Jesus, that's God. God's my constant. Well, yes, he is. That's number one. But there's also people that he's placed in your life to help you through your life, and that he'll bring into your life, maybe for a short moment. For a time in my life, there was a young, well, he wasn't old, but he was a young friend of mine, and he was there for a short time. I didn't know I was going to only have him for a short time, and so that was Tom, and he was a great friend to me. He taught me a lot about friendship, and I had to go back to that to him, because he was a great example. And so Billie here, he talks about this one young man who was a disco ball for him in his life, and it's a great TED Talk. I highly recommend you to listen to that talk. Yeah, is that all I wanted to say about that? Yeah, who's the love in your life? There are different people that come and go in your life, and who are they? So it's good to take assessment of who are these people that you could go to, and so I wanted to share that with you as well. As Christians, we are to. For me, Jesus is my constant confidant. I'm always talking to him, but then I have friends who mirror for me, who help me navigate, who bring me back into place where I need to be, that try to help me, point me in the right direction, help steer, sometimes. Sometimes I help them. Sometimes I'm the teacher, sometimes I'm the student. Sometimes they are, sometimes not. Sometimes it's just friends, just hanging, Sometimes I've got friends who make me laugh like crazy, that I need that laughter. Women give each other, I'm not sure if I'm saying this word right, oxytocin. It's a chemical that women give to each other that give them life. It's a chemical that is within us, that when we are together, we give that to each other. Makes you feel good, and it's life-altering chemical that happens. Where men don't have it so much because they have all this testosterone. So they lose out. And so women can give that to men too. I believe. Anyway, so it's healthy to do these assessments in your life, to take a look, to go deeper. Stop having tunnel vision. Get out of that. See the bigger picture. Take a step back. Recognize signs. Who's who, who's doing what, and why, and how does it affect you, and where you're at now in your life, and the road that you're on. Does it help you? Does it hinder you? Does it suck the life out of you? Does it give you life? Does it give you love? Does it help you grow as a Christ-filled person? Okay, that's all that I have to say now on that. I hope this was helpful. Not too all over the place. You can leave me a comment, and let me know what you thought. Do thumbs up, like, subscribe. Bye.